Welcome back to Beyond Paranormal YouTube channel, the place where we explore the deepest mysteries of the paranormal world, from ancient aliens and pyramid enigmas to ghostly hauntings and classic UFO cases. Today, we're traveling back in time to the exact moment that ignited the modern UFO phenomenon. It was June 24, 1947, a beautiful summer day in the Pacific Northwest. A private pilot named Kenneth Arnold was flying near the majestic Mount Rainier when he spotted 9 bizarre objects racing across the sky at impossible speeds. This wasn't just any sighting, it directly led to the invention of the term flying saucers and unleashed a wave of UFO reports that swept the nation and the world. Many historians call this the true birth of the flying saucer era. Stick around as we break it all down step by step. If you're new here or love these deep dives into unexplained events, smash that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and join our community of truth seekers. Let's jump right in. To understand why this sighting carries so much weight, we need to know about the witness. Kenneth Arnold wasn't some attention seeker or inexperienced flyer. Born in 1915, he was a 32-year-old successful businessman from Boise, Idaho. He owned the Great Western Fire Control Supply Company, selling equipment to fight forest fires, a big deal in the rugged West. Arnold was also a family man, a deputy federal marshal, and an accomplished pilot with thousands of logged hours. He'd flown search and rescue missions for the Idaho Search and Rescue Flyers, so he knew the skies and mountains intimately. On June 24, Arnold took off in his personal Call Air A2, a small, high-wing single-engine plane, heading from Chehalis, Washington, to Yakima for business. Along the way, he heard about a $5,000 reward for finding a downed Marine Corps C-46 transport plane that had crashed in the Cascades. Being civic-minded, and maybe eyeing that reward, he detoured to scan the area around Mount Rainier and Mount Adams. The weather was perfect. Crystal clear skies, unlimited visibility, calm winds. Arnold was at about 9,200 feet altitude, enjoying the view of the snow-capped peaks. He even opened his plane's window for a better look while searching. Nothing could have prepared him for what came next. Just after 3 p.m., Arnold spotted a bright flash, like sunlight reflecting off a mirror, near his plane. At first, he worried it was another aircraft on a collision course. He scanned the sky but saw nothing at his level. Then, looking toward the north, about 20 to 25 miles away, he saw them, a formation of 9 gleaming objects streaking south from Mount Baker toward Mount Rainier. They were flying in a loose, chain-like line, dipping and swerving in unison like the tail of a kite. Arnold later said they moved like speedboats on rough water, or geese in formation, but incredibly fast. To gauge their speed, he used known landmarks. The objects zipped from Mount Rainier to Mount Adams, roughly 47 to 50 miles, in exactly 1 minute and 42 seconds, as timed on his cockpit clock. Quick math, that's about 1,700 miles per hour. For context, the fastest aircraft in 1947 topped out around 500 to 600 miles per hour. Chuck Yeager wouldn't break the sound barrier, Mach 1, approximately 760 miles per hour at sea level, until October that year. These things were moving at nearly 3 times the speed of sound, with no sonic boom, no vapor trails, no noise at all. Shape-wise, Arnold described most as flat and disc-like, shiny like polished metal. But they weren't perfect circles. 8 were roughly circular, while the lead one was crescent or heel-shaped, almost like a boomerang. They tumbled and flipped on their edges, catching the sun and flashing brightly with each tilt. His most famous quote, given to reporters, "They flew erratic, like a saucer if you skipped it across water." Important note, he wasn't saying they looked like saucers. He meant their skipping, darting motion. Arnold observed them for a full 2 to 3 minutes as they veered slightly east and vanished over the horizon. He searched for a tail or wings, nothing. No propellers, no exhaust. Just silent, impossibly fast craft defying everything he knew about aviation. Arnold landed in Yakima but found no one particularly interested. He flew on to Pendleton, Oregon, where he chatted with airport workers and local reporters from the Pendleton East Oregonian. Word spread fast. By the next day, the Associated Press picked it up, and soon hundreds of newspapers ran variations of the story. Here's the twist that changed everything. Journalists latched onto Arnold's saucer skip analogy and misinterpreted it. Headlines blared, "Flying saucers sighted over state," or "Saucer-like aircraft fly at 1,200 miles per hour." Some exaggerated the speed. The term flying saucer was born, and it exploded. In the weeks that followed, over 800 similar reports poured in across the US. The 1947 flying disc wave. A United Airlines crew saw 9 discs pacing their plane just days later. People reported sources everywhere, from Texas to Europe. The summer became infamous as the flying saucer summer. Tragically for Arnold, fame turned sour. He faced ridicule, threats, and accusations of hoaxing for publicity. His business took hits, and he spent years defending his honesty. Investigations, skepticism, and lasting legacy. The Army Air Forces, pre-USAF, investigated promptly. Arnold's case contributed to launching Project Sign in late 1947, the military's first serious UFO study, evolving into Grumman and then the famous Project Blue Book, which ran until 1969. Officials deemed Arnold highly credible, no motive to lie, excellent pilot skills. But explanations ranged from optical illusions, mirages off snow peaks, to classified tests. Modern skeptics suggest flocks of pelicans, whose wings can flash sunlight, or fireballs, meteors fragmenting. Yet Arnold never wavered. He had additional sightings in later years, investigated other cases, and published The Flying Saucer as I Saw It in 1950. He passed away in 1984, still convinced he'd seen advanced technology, possibly extraterrestrial. This sighting's legacy is massive. It popularized UFOs in pop culture, inspired movies, books, and shows from the day the Earth stood still to the X-Files. Without Arnold, the Roswell crash 2 weeks later might have faded quietly. It shifted public perception, making flying saucers synonymous with alien craft. What do you think Kenneth Arnold really saw that day? Experimental jets, misidentified birds, or visitors from another world kicking off disclosure? Share your thoughts and theories in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe for more paranormal deep dives, and hit the bell for notifications. Next up, the Roswell incident that followed hot on its heels. Thanks for watching, keep looking up, and stay curious.